Hello guys, Hero of Light here. In today's Monday magazine, I have something different installed for you. As you might have noticed by now, this series does not have a particular topic about it, but it is rather a collection of topics about gaming. This particular video is dedicated to a Commodore Amiga game, and in fact, I do plan to post other videos about my favorite Amiga games in the future. The game I am referring to is called 1869. I still got this original game version. It is in German, as at the time my family and I lived in Germany. And this game came with these discs. You can see the discs here for the Amiga version. This was a thing back then, before the use of CD-ROMs or DVD-ROMs. This is an old game, and you can see how the cover is actually torn and taped together here. And the reason I am presenting this game with its original box is that there are some things that I want to share about video games in the present as a contrast with the ones of the past. 1869 is a strategy and economics trading game developed and released by the Austrian company Max Design in 1992. The game is played by managing a trading company during the golden age of clipper ships, purchasing goods at one port, moving them to another, and selling them at a profit. Additional bonus revenues can be earned from running naval blockades, taking on passengers, shipping tea to England, or making a priority goods delivery. The game itself is really difficult and complex. Here are some representative gameplay scenes from the English version, and this game is obviously not meant for kids, as you have to manage the game economically and strategically plan every next move you do. However, the reason that this game gets my respect, and I felt the urge to make a video about it, is the packaging of the game. As you can see in this video, the game came along with a more than 140 pages long gamebook. The gamebook is not just about the game either, it actually has some historical information and facts about the era portrayed in the game. This means that the game designers were so into this game and the era it depicts that they included all these pages in what actually makes a really interesting read about the 19th century economics, everyday life, and so much more. It even got some pages with the types of ships used in the era and their components, along with pictures of the time. This goes on for more than 100 pages, as you can see here, as the actual game instructions begin on page 108. In the end, there's a glossary and word index so that you can easily browse the gamebook and revisit whatever information can be found in this book. But that's not all of it. The surprises don't even end there. Along with this book comes a photocopy of an actual newspaper from the era. You can see the year in this paper is 1869, and the day is Monday, the 22nd of November, which is the actual date this newspaper was printed. When you browse this newspaper, you can see the news of the time. This is an economical newspaper, actually, so you can see prices for goods and stuff. So that's really cool. And the reason I am showing you all this is to state the contrast between this and the games of our time. We live in a time where most games don't even come with a physical copy anymore, as they're either downloaded online or made to work on smartphones. Not only that, but most games nowadays are pretty much designed to distract you while waiting for the bus, rather than, say, engage you to a complex thinking process for a change. But even so, what my most serious grievance with the new video games is that they became effortless and emotionless. What I mean to say is shown in the game 1869 actually. The developers put a lot of effort and care, and even love to make that game. I couldn't personally know this, but I can see it on the end result. I see it in the 100 pages of history they included to immerse you to the era of the game, and I see it in the newspaper they included just because they loved the era so much and they wanted to share their emotions with the buyer. Compare this to the thousands and thousands of faceless and generic video games that are produced every year, and I think you'll get my meaning. That's practically the reason that indie video games are doing so well nowadays. It's because people want to play a game that the developers put their hearts on it and didn't do it just for the paycheck. Unfortunately, you can see this contrast in almost all other art forms of our time as well, such as music and movies. Take the Lion King remake for example. Disney's decision of making remakes for all their classical cartoons sure is a lucrative one and can be seen as a foolproof safe bet to increase the company's profits. And it did, with every movie grossing a cool 1 billion. This seems like something that Disney cannot pass on. However, these movies get a lot of bad reviews and hate on the internet, and there are a lot of reasons for that happening. The main reason, in my opinion, is that not only these movies are blatant money grabs, but they are really obvious too. You can see the care and love put on this scene from the original Lion King.
What will your mother think?
What am I gonna do?
Run away, Simba. Run. Run away and never return.
And compare it to the new emotionless one.
Kill him.
Run away, Simba. And never return.
And you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the new Lion King is a love child and was meant to be a heartwarming fan letter to the original. But the thing is that it doesn't look or feel that way. What the new gaming and music and movies companies should learn from their past counterparts is that it is worth to go the extra mile. Even if the immediate profit of a money grab is lost, the same profit, or even more actually, can be obtained in the long run if the final product is a respectful effort and emotion driven. And even if the profit does not come in sheer revenue, it will definitely come through the earned respect of the consumers. So this is something of a conclusion to this video. Thank you for watching. If you like my channel, make sure that you subscribe and leave a comment below to let me know what you think about this video or my channel in general. Cheers!